Jones.
Hey everybody, this is Real Recognized Faith Community Conversations, and today the conversation is all about Martin Luther King Jr. City Hall, led by Darryl Moss, held a flag raising and a celebratory event. There was performances, music, and a keynote speaker. After the event, we caught up with the keynote speaker, Pastor Saylor, as well as the event coordinator, Darryl Moss.
My name is Pastor Samuel Saylor. I'm the senior pastor of the Garden Memorial AME Zion Church at 368 Bay Street. I've been a pastor there for about 6 years now. It's a Methodist church, a mission-minded church, and doing work in the community. Today I came down because I was invited to be the keynote speaker for the 33rd year of the Martin Luther King flag raising ceremony and service that they hold here at City Hall every year in recognition and honor of Martin Luther King. Today my message was around finding that thing, our thing, and that's basically our faith. We got to find our faith and hold on to it, no matter what codes are sent our way, telling us that we're nobody, that we're second-class citizens. We got to hold on to our faith, knowing who we are, what God said we are, that we're good and we were made in His image and His likeness, and we belong. We've been in this country before slavery. We walked this earth, this continent before slavery. We walked this earth. We've been givers of the earth, providers of civilization in this earth, and we need to have our children explode the code. There's a code going out in America, a spiritual code, an actual code that talks about you're not worthy of living, you're not worthy of the job, you're not worthy of education. We're asking our kids to believe that they're more than just victims, that they're victors in this world, and they need to claim that position in their life. So we want our kids to explode the code. We want them to know that they're victors, not victims. So don't live a victim life. Don't live within your pain. Walk away from your pain. But we also want them to know that they're owing. The owing of our work, the owing of keeping the flag raised and keep the movement going is on our children. Don't look to the left or the right of somebody to give it to you. You have a responsibility to find your raison d'etre, your reason for being, and being that reason and being that person for being here on earth. So we challenge them to be that individual. As Martin Luther King said, one day we'll live in a nation where my children will be judged by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. That happened in America in 2008 with the election of Barack Obama. It happened in 2012 with the re-election of Barack Obama. In a world with America, the entire America, the majority of America said, we're going to elect this man for the content of his character and not by the color of his skin. And that's what they did once, not once, but twice. And that's what we have in the history books. America being able to say justice and equality can live together. And it lived for 8 years in the White House. So that was our message today.
What's up?
That's how you do it.
A lady made for the mayor. She made 2 of them. No, it's not a Pokemon though. You work hard and people recognize everything you do.
What's this?
What is that? Oh, they were celebrating the new Dr. Seuss museum.
Remember I took you with all the statues at
Yeah. So they took pictures when they opened the
Right.
Ain't nobody asked you that.
Today, the conversation is all about Martin Luther King Jr. and his legacy. We have with us the legend, Mr. Darryl Moss. And today he had yet another successful event at City Hall. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, today we celebrated the life, work, and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We want to make sure that people remember more than just the I Had a Dream part of the I Had a Dream speech. During that speech, he talked about, the work that still has to be done. He talked about the disenfranchisement of black folks. And so we want to make sure that people remember that. So every year for the last 12 years, we've had an MLK celebration to make sure that A, his flag flew over the city of Springfield, and that B, we bring in speakers and artists who can talk and act and sing and recite poems about the great work of not only Dr. King, but for all of our forefathers who helped to make our community and our country what it is.
And that's really important because we often discuss Martin Luther King Jr. as if he was just a visionary about feelings and emotions, but he gave us basically a call of duty to go in and fix our economics, be active, civically engaged. So it's very important that we now celebrate him not just for his vision, but also for what he wanted us to accomplish. So specifically for Springfield, what do you think Martin Luther King's message should help motivate us here today?
I think more so than his message, I think we should be continuing the work. There are messages and then there's a body of work, and I think we need to continue that body of work, which means we should constantly be organizing on a regular basis. Every time a new challenge arises, we should be ready and prepared to organize around that challenge. We're still dealing with poverty, homelessness, the dissipation of the black business community, the art scene. We have to work very vigilantly to make sure that the art scene is up and running. Some folks look at it like it's purely entertainment, but it's really continuing the legacy of the culture of the black community. Our art, our spirituality, they're all intertwined. So when you talk about Dr. King, people, again, they talk about his message, but they don't look at his work.
Right.
You know, that man was a blue-collar, hard-working brother who did more than the average man would ever, attempt to do. Nowadays, we go on Facebook, we throw a couple of posts, we call ourselves revolutionaries on Facebook and Instagram. We call ourselves social activists on Facebook and Instagram and all the other platforms. But we don't hit the streets and we don't do the work. If you really want to follow in the footsteps of Medgar Evers, A. Philip Randolph, Martin, Malcolm, Stokely Carmichael, I mean the list goes on, then you have to hit the streets and you have to put in the work where the work really needs to be done.
So basically, it's not about the message, it's about the action at this point.
Absolutely.
We've memorized the message. We know what he stands for. Now what are we going to do about it?
Right.
Thank you so much. I guess the last and final question is, what are specific things that Springfield community members can do right now to get involved with the action and work that MLK inspires in us all?
The most important thing, support black businesses. I don't care how many times we run into challenges and shortfalls with the black business community. Go back and support them over and over and over until they get it right. You can't move socially until you move economically. We talk about their crew of capital and wealth. Come here, AJ. For little guys like this is my guy, AJ.
Yeah.
If we want to do anything, we always talk about doing things for the youth. Putting on a party for young people isn't doing anything for youth. Buying new toys, new games, it's not doing anything for youth. Investing in businesses. So Erica's Hall of Fame Kitchen, IC Food, waffles and things. We have, there's just so many different types of businesses that we have, the plumbers and carpenters. We got to support our businesses, put our money back into the businesses, because with capital and wealth,
Is that one?
no, that's the mayor. With the crew of capital and wealth, that means that little guys like AJ will be set by the time they're our age and they won't have to fight our battles. So we have to support our businesses. The other pieces, we need to really do more to incorporate families. We have groups sprouting up. I'm doing it for kids. I'm working for black men. I'm working for black women. What we're actually doing is pulling apart the black family unit. Mm-hmm. You go into a house, you can't just work with a child or a mother or a sister or a father. You have to work with the whole family. I think family, business, and the other thing is we have to, keep up with our health. Health is critical. We have to stay healthy to ensure that our kids remain healthy. So when we talk about Dr. King, the Poor People's March was all about quality of life, making sure folks had decent jobs, making sure they were healthy, make sure they were well fed, make sure they had a roof over their head. And that all comes with their crew of capital and wealth. Acknowledging that economic development is just as important, if not more so, than social justice at times, because you can't be free, you can't fight for social justice if somebody else is paying the bill.
Awesome.
Right,
And what
AJ?
John said, you've heard it here first from Mr. Moss himself. The word of the day is action. We need to actively get involved. We need to get it done. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Got it bumping.